So this is my review of Croc Legend of Gobbos. Legend of the Gobbos, I mean. This game is this thing back then. This was kind of a cool game to own. I actually was very envious of people who had this, but the controls is not the best in the sense that I think the only challenge is that it made the control legit worse. Like I guess you can kind of say that it's a challenge because you have to get used to the controls in terms of how it controls. So you can use the analog stick, but it sort of has this weird control to it, even when you have like full control with the analog. It's really the tank control that kind of does make this game difficult because you have to sort of have these very precise jumps. It's kind of okay in the beginning. I would say the first and the second world are okay, but then it gets ridiculously hard with the sand levels and the final places in the game. So I don't know what the rate is. A 6 out of 10, I think. I mean, it kind of looked cool back then. I'm not sure the graphics has aged all that well, but it has some sort of a charm to it. I'm not sure whether this was meant to be a Yoshi game, from Nintendo. Um, because I heard they didn't like get the rights to do a Nintendo game, but I'm gonna look it up so I don't make any mistakes in that information here. In terms of the development, yeah, it says here, Croc Legend of the Gobbos was developed by Argonaut Games, who were coming off of the heels of a successful relationship with Nintendo. As a result of the development of the Super FX expansion chip used in Super Nintendo Entertainment System, games such as Star Fox and Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Early development of the game began in 1994 when Argonaut began experimenting with the concept of a platform game set in third dimension under the tentative title Yoshi Racing. Uh, the initial concept was a hybrid of several mechanics from the two video games, Super Mario World and Super Mario Kart, with the player controlling the character Yoshi from Nintendo's Super Mario series. So it's kind of interesting here. I'm just gonna read further. Yeah, so they got so Shigeru Miyamoto actually kind of was he actually kind of was interested in it, but ultimately Nintendo just rejected it. It says here. So yeah, that's the bottom line how you got Croc Legend of the Gobbos on PS1 because Nintendo they kind of just nah. So yeah, that may explain why it kind of looks a lot like a Yoshi or something. But this game is hard. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I would say this is a game that's okay, but what is kind of weird is this game does look like it's made for absolute little kids. Because it does feel very childish. This doesn't mean that it's bad for adults or anything, but it does feel like it was intended for little kids. But it definitely doesn't play like one. That's for sure. So it's very hard. So I do kind of recommend this, but yeah, it's legit hard. So it's kind of like a 6 out of 10. It's okay. I was just say it's okay game. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Yeah. So you should definitely check it out if you feel like it. So yeah, that's just my rating. It's a 6 out of 10. So thank you for listening and bye.